Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anne of Reinforcement Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, we are going to talk about how failure fuels future success. You know the way when you are in your downtime seasons, when you are heartbroken and broke, you absolutely got no one to lean on, and you failed other people's expectations. Nobody likes you, and nobody wants to be in that moment. However, today we are going to discover how embracing failure can lead you to success. Although it's not easy to be in that situation. Viewing failure as a learning opportunity is essential for several reasons. The number one reason why failure is important is because of growth mindset. Failure encourages you to become resilient. That terrible situation that you're in, when you view failure as a learning opportunity, that downtime season will become your motivation to bounce back, to get your act together, back on the track, to finish the job, and you'll do whatever it takes to do it, to be in the process again, to reinvent yourself, to learn from your mistakes and make another strategy. And when it fails, create another strategy again until you find something that works. Failure also enhances learning and development in a way that we seek lessons from our mistakes. And that promotes continuous improvement and personal growth in your part. As you venture life, as you venture your business, and that's absolutely, lifelong journey. Another good thing about failure is that it gives you an opportunity to innovate and become creative. The best part of encountering failure is that you can have an opportunity to do experiments, which is I also personally love. Although it breaks my heart at times, but I love experimentation. Not the scientific one, not in the lab, but it could be life strategies like business. In a way that when we innovate ourselves, we innovate ourselves and it reflects our strategies as well. Trying new things, taking risk, it enhances our problem solving ability as well as our creative thinking. And as we go along to really innovate our strategies from time to time as well as our mindset, and that reduces our fear of failing. It will make us numb. Even though we're doing the same thing, even though we're having the same direction, the same goal over 5 years to 10 years, we still innovate over time till we get the job done. And that makes us consistent. That makes us not give up. That makes us tough enough to really reduce our fear of failure. Think about those experiments way back before when Henry Ford invented the first Ford car. He made a lot of mistakes. Even the founder of KFC, before he founded the KFC brand, Colonel Sandler, he got rejected over 800 times for his chicken recipe before he founded KFC. There's a lot of things in life that he's gone through. And now, he even started at the age of 65, Colonel Sandler. And then he ended up rich. And of course, the KFC is still, here. It's already 2024. KFC is still around. So it's never going to be too late as long as you're still alive. You and me are still alive. And another thing, failure, as I've mentioned before, improves our problem solving skills. When we critically analyze what went wrong and why, that process alone sharpens our analytical and problem solving skills. We become smarter and better every time we fail, especially when we fail fast. And we even get to the answer quickly, too. And as we become smarter and better, we also become adaptive. Adaptive in a way that, you know, whenever we solve problems, we expect new situations and challenges as we go along. Not only on the experiments of a certain area, but also in our personal life. We become more versatile when we learn a lot failure and treat it as a learning opportunity. Also, failure builds confidence. It helps us in our personal and professional development. It builds confidence in a way that every time we learn something and we overcome failure, we, it increases a score of belief in ourself that, no, nothing can stop us. We've met that kind of self that we've never met before, that we never have before, the kind of self who is resilient, the kind of self who believes that no one can stop us, the kind of self who believes that, nothing is impossible as long as we don't give up. And that alone increases our confidence to handle future challenges. Other than increasing our, boosting our self confidence, failure also enhances our emotional intelligence, which is really a great deal. Dealing with failure requires managing emotions, understanding our limitations, and empathizing with others in similar situation. And when you never fail, when you haven't failed yet, you're not going to be humble enough to understand others. And understanding others, it takes a lot of emotional intelligence to have that. And failure, that is one of the gifts of failures. Failures that we've overcome. Failures that helped us become the best version of ourselves. Failure also has some organizational benefits in a way that it cultivates a learning culture. So, any organization or institution that encourages viewing failure as a learning opportunity creates a culture of continuous improvement. As employees feel safe to take risks and innovate, they've even become more creative because they're brave enough to really solve the problem and then innovate over time until they get the right thing, the right output. And when you failed a lot, there's a lot of challenges comes along. It also improves the team dynamics. So when people encounter a lot of problems and they work together to solve that problem, those people as teammates are more likely to support each other, share knowledge, and collaborate effectively to get to the desired results. Failure also, encourages sustainable progress in every individual. Learning from failures ensures that mistakes are not repeated again and again. So it's way better to learn the lesson, when we fail, so that you won't repeat the same mistakes again. And that will lead you to a sustainable progress and long-term success. So whenever we make mistakes, whenever we fail and learn the lesson, and that's the perfect time to really innovate, improve ourselves until we get to our goals. Failures also help us come up with a better decision making. Analyzing failures provides valuable insights in our part, leading us to a better decision making in the future. So, overall, failures help us towards reaching our long term success. Now, viewing failure as a learning opportunity is essential because it promotes resilience, foster innovation, it enhances our problem solving skills, supports our personal and professional growth. It even benefits organizational culture and contributes to a long term success. As I've said earlier, nobody wants to be in that situation wherein you're broke, heartbroken, you got no one, and you failed other people's expectations. Nobody. But by the time when you realize that you are the only one who can solve your problem, that will change everything. You know, the real deal is we've no there's no one will ever save us. There's no superhero around us, just ourselves. We are our own superhero. Because when we expect others to save us, we end up disappointed because other people aren't perfect too. Even our parents, our parents, our mom, our dad, brothers, sisters, our spouse, they could even disappoint us. In other words, the only person who can understand us when we get disappointed is just ourselves. And when we disappoint ourselves, then we suddenly get our act together and bounce back and remove those disappointments in ourselves. That is why we are our own heroes. I've also met failures in my life. The first one was, when I grew up with my dad. I was raised without my mom. And to be honest, it's never an easy journey. When I was a child, I have to make decision for myself. I don't even know if it's right or wrong. I just make a decision and then I failed. I failed. I don't know to what extent. There's no criteria why I failed. I just feel like I got no one. I'm not important. I have no love. And whenever I feel sick, whenever I feel down, I couldn't even rely to my dad that time because I can also see my dad struggling. So so I just get my act together and be just strong enough with all those mistakes, even though, even to the time that I became a teenager, even loads, more mistakes. I even became rebellious. Even though I got the passing grades, I graduated in my, profession. Still a lot of struggles in my head up to this point. That is my lifelong struggle. Growing up without a mom. But I wouldn't be I wouldn't be this kind of person without those struggles. And I've already spoke to my mom and we've reconciliated and we forgive each other. I even thank her for giving me a chance to live my life, to have a life in this planet. So I couldn't be here. I wouldn't be here without my mom and dad. So I still love both of them. And another failure that I, encounter was, after I graduated in 2008, there wasn't any job available for nurses because nurses were surplus way back that time. Everybody wants to go abroad. You know what I did? I went to Manila because I've decided to go to Saudi Arabia, Middle East. I submitted several CVs to different agencies, and I got nothing. I spent a good amount of money going to Manila. Plane ticket and all, accommodations, fares, transports. So I got nothing. I even applied to a local job in my area. I got nothing. Well, I made few mistakes though. I didn't dress up well. I didn't dress up professionally. And then when I learned that lesson, I became better. and until I get the job. And then even though by the time I got the job, I went, from Manila, I went to Cebu again to submit my CVs because I decided to really go abroad until I got the job. Just one shot. And it took me like 2 to 3 years to find that. Even 5 years. I got 5 years experience in the local area, local hospital. Yeah, 5 years until I got that job, that big shot abroad. So it wasn't easy. And then after getting the job abroad in the Middle East, along that journey, I failed twice in IELTS in the first 5 years, and then I came back and failed again, another 3 failures in the English test, until I finally passed in the sixth take. So I study. I just didn't give up. I learned a lot from those failures, and not only those failures though. There's still more. So just like everybody else, we change for the betterment because of failures, simply because we've no choice but to change. In other words, those setbacks, adversities, problems are gifts. And God or the universe will not gonna give us anything that we can't handle. So whatever your dream is, just don't give up. Keep yourself reminded about those dreams that you have. Just believe, believe, believe until it comes true. Or just believe in your dreams and do something about it for the rest of your life. You'll never know. It could be 5 or 10 years, 15 years that the universe or God will answer your prayers. And that's not a joke. There's no kidding here. Failure is important, even though it's not easy to be in that situation. So if you ever love this episode today, you can share it to your family and friends. You can follow me in Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts. This is Anne once again of Reinforce Me Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you very much.